After yesterday's off day, the Bourne Braves are back in action here at White House Field against the Harwich Mariners. A little bit of rain earlier today, so a shortened edition of Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Adam Gackin alongside Sean Brennan. And Sean, last time out for the Bravos, it was a tight 3-1 win against the Hyannis Harborhawks.
Yeah, and a little bit of an unconventional win. Obviously, they got the win 3-1, but it was really pitching that stole the show. And 6 hits, 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, 10 left on base. You know, that's not going to cut it. But that's just kind of how it goes. J.D. Thompson was great in 5 innings, and then Griffin Hugas comes in, allows a run, but ultimately throughout his outing was good. And then the 9th inning, John Abraham comes in, shuts it down, and that's been the story of these past couple of weeks. Pitching has been dominant. The bats really just haven't had their swing, and head coach Scott Landers said that, you know, when sometimes you're going to win games differently. A couple weeks ago, it was the hitting. The pitching was struggling a little bit. Now it's flip-flops. So we'll see how the off day affects the bats, but I would expect to see that pitching still be dominant.
And for today's matchup, the Bravos against the Mariners, these two teams took on each other last week, and it's the same starting pitching matchup.
Yeah, UNC on UNC. For Bourne, Cameron Padgett, he kind of struggled against Harwich about a week ago, and then for Harwich, it's Olin Johnson, who had his best outing of the season. Went 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, no earned runs, in what was really a dominant game for the Mariners. They went up 4-0. Bourne really didn't have any offense. That was kind of the beginning of their offensive struggles, but they got 1 run in the 9th inning to make it a bit more respectable. And Harwich, we're going to talk about, has been struggling. Bourne was one of their few wins in July, so this is an opportunity for the Braves, who are, you know, still in kind of a dogfight for that last playoff spot in the West, to separate themselves from the Commodores.
Yeah, that was our Harwich's only win recently. Harwich has won 1 of its last 15 games, and it was that one against Bourne. They had a 9-game losing streak going into it. They have not won since, just everything going wrong.
Yeah, well, they entered July 8-5, so pretty respectable, and then they've won 2 games since then. It was against Brewster, and then, like we talked about, against Bourne. So really just a struggle overall, and you can look anywhere, and that would point to the struggles. You know, their average is last in the league. They have the least amount of hits. I mean, it's just been a struggle at the plate. And same for pitching. They have the worst ERA, the 3rd lowest, or highest whip, excuse me. So, you know, just wherever you look, it's a struggle right now. They're going to try to turn it around because they're still in playoff contention. They are still only a game behind Orleans. So, you know, still very much in the mix, but they're going to have to figure it out fast.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Bourne's still in the mix of potentially missing the playoffs, only in by 2.5 games. Falmouth at Chatham tonight, so Bourne rooting for an Anglers win, and of course a Bravos win as always. Well, first pitch coming up at 6:30 here from Harwich. You don't want to go anywhere.